a doom goes on there, and you draw first. Shuffle it and draw first.
Shuffle this.
Encounter deck, yes.
And draw. And flip. I found a ravenous ghoul.
You found a ravenous ghoul. Good. You can play with that then.
The sight of the thing raised the question, do we eat to live or do we live to eat?
So the prey doesn't take effect, so it just goes down to your threat area immediately, so it engages you.
Hi.
Hi. But you
so it's 3, 3, and 3, but I've got a gun to shoot it with, so...
I need to take mine first. So that's the entire deck. I don't need to move the entire deck.
You don't want all of them?
No. That would just be sick.
I'm good, Scar. I'm currently being eaten by a ravenous ghoul, so, you know, that's all fun and games.
I'm going to be attacked by a Yithian Observer. When Yithian
that doesn't sound too bad, as long as it just sticks to observing.
Yeah, when the Yithian Observer attacks you, discard one card at random from your hand. If you cannot, Yithian Observer deals +1 damage and +1 horror from this attack.
Oh.
We got the Agents of Yog-Sothoth. That's the card. That's the extra deck that we got.
That's nice.
I've got this guy to deal with.
Well, I've got a ghoul, which isn't too bad.
Okay, it's your turn then. Unless you want me to go first, but I don't think it makes that much of a difference at this point.
It doesn't really make that huge of a difference. I'm going to shoot the thing with my gun.
So that's what he's fighting. So it's 3, 3, and 3, and you are 4?
I'm 4 by default, but I've got my gun, so I can spend an ammo.
So you get a plus... And it's not +1.
So I get a +3.
It's a +3 because you're on a place with clue.
Because there's still a clue here to be found.
Yes. And if you win, you get...
So not only do I I'm at 7 now, fighting his 3.
Yep. That's a skull. And the skull is -X, where X is the number of monster enemies in play. Is your guy a monster?
2.
Mine's a monster, and...
Mine is a monster, so that's -2, but 2 minus 7 is 5, which is still higher than 3.
And that's 2 wounds on him. Let's put his wounds on him.
Yep.
Are you going to do a similar thing?
I'm going to do a similar thing. I'm not going to shoot him.
You're going to save your ammunition.
I'm going to save my ammo. I'm hoping I can... Yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to commit my medical texts. I'm going to bash him over the head with the book.
You're going to bash him over the head with the book. That's going to be very useful.
So that gives me 5 versus his 3.
Scar says he's wrapping up the editings on Dead by Daylight. He wants to do all of it in one big session, otherwise I'll never see the end of it. I'm looking forward to seeing that, actually, Scar.
That sounds like a very painful and long editing section. I've got a weird culty man.
-2.
-2.
Place 1 doom on the nearest enemy, which is this guy. So let's deal with that first.
So my 5 goes down to 3. He's got 3.
Yep.
Do I win?
Yes, the defender wins. So you win that.
Well, am I defending? Because I'm punching him.
You're doing. Yeah, but if it draws, you win. You get the win.
Cool.
So, that's
Scar. We've been itching to have another Dead by Daylight session as well, though.
So this doom goes away. Making sure to do that. This damage goes away because he's 3 damage, and you've done your 3 damage.
I get my clue.
That goes to the discard pile. You get your clue. That goes back in.
I get my clue. There it goes.
Yep. Hooray!
And the medical text goes away.
That's 2 turns.
That's 2 actions.
Yep. You got a 3rd action.
So I can move back to the main, or can I move to any of the other locations?
You can move to mine. You can't move to any other locations yet, but you can move to mine, but you can't move to any others.
I can move to yours, or I can move back to the main path.
Yes, that's correct.
So I'll move back to the main path and be prepared to move somewhere else.
Right, I've got this guy.
What are we saving up for, by the way? What are we saving clues up for?
This act has 3 clues per investigator, so we need 6 clues.
Oh, cool.
And I am going to, first of all, I'm going to try and dodge this fellow.
Scar says that he'll do another Dead by Daylight session whenever we want, but he might not record it because he needs to play he needs to do other videos in other games.
That is definitely true. Plus, we've got a lot of new players. A lot of people have got Dead by Daylight now.
Scar has also pointed that out. Sean, Rusty, Jabron, even Ed has the game.
Yep.
And let's not forget Queen Creeps, so that we can blow the ears out of everybody with headphones.
We so need to do that. Anyway, my first action is going to be attempt to evade my Yithian observer friend.
That sounds a very good plan.
So he's evasion 4. My agility... His evasion is 3. My agility is 4. I'm just going to do it straight up. I can discard a card to redraw if I need to. -1, 3. He is evaded. Boop. And rotate. Boop. And
Yay.
my second action is going to be to investigate this place again. So
Scar says he wants Queen Creeps in the game. I want to hook her. Wait, what?
That's where mouth runs ahead of brain. Okay, I'm going to use my flashlight again to reduce the shroud on here down to 1 and put that back in the thing. And what's my investigation thing again is 3 plays 1.
Sean, are you still there? And are you likely to join us for some Dead by Daylight?
-2, 1 plays 1, place 1 doom on the nearest enemy. The only doom is here. 1 plays 1, and I get my clue. And for my next action, I'm going to do exactly the same thing. However, a problem has arisen, but we should be okay. I'm going to do exactly the same thing. I'm going to spend my last flashlight and take another thingy. And I can words this evening.
So that's another -2 and doom counter on him, which means we've got 3 doom counters on the board.
We've got 4.
We've got 4 doom counters on the board.
So that means next turn the agenda will advance. So I'm going.
Yeah, this is what my voice does when I've had a cold and it's recovering. Is I get Ben voice.
Okay, so that one's clear, and I am done. Enemy.
I won't be able to do the Joker voice, but
no, that's what we need Ben for something. So upkeep phase. Enemies exhausted, so we'll restore. This guy restores and immediately engages with me again.
He's now coming at you upside down.
Yeah. Deal with that now. No, he was the right way up the first time. The text always goes at the top.
Was it? Oh.
Leave my friend alone.
Yeah, your friend.
Draw a card. Yeah, that'd be a useful one. Get a resource.
Oh yeah, I get to draw a card. And actually do that.
And now it is time for the Mythos phase. So
Ben says #Ben voice. It's a thing now.
He said that on mine as well. That's good.
Well, I mean, I'm looking at yours. I'm reading yours.
Yeah. Okay, so
Scar points out that Ben's voice is a meme.
Yeah. Okay, so check the doom. The doom there is 4. That requires 4 doom. There's 5 doom on the board, so these dooms will go away.
And we're
do the right thing this time.
Just delete the dooms and not anything else.
Yep. And flip that, and it says, I'll scroll off a bit so I can read it better. Throughout the woods, a shrieking cry echoes. From somewhere deeper in the forest, a score of hideous voices answer the call. inhuman as the baying of hounds, and yet articulate, repeating a single name. Umordoth.
Umordoroth.
Umordoth.
Umordoroth.
Umordoth.
Umordoth.
Shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck and discard cards from the top until a monster enemy is discarded. Spawn that enemy on the main path. Then push 1 doom on that enemy. So that means that this guy goes into here.
Shuffle that.
And it's discard until we get a... Oops, sorry.
Ghoul minion, it's a monster.
Okay, and that immediately engages with you because you're there and it's there.
Because I conveniently went to the main path.
No, don't draw it.
I didn't mean to. Your ping keeps popping up to like 9,000.
Shouldn't be. And that gets a doom straight away.
So... I mean, it's only a little minion at least.
Yeah, you should be able to get rid of him.
It was a colossal and nameless blasphemy with glaring red eyes, and it held in its bony claws a thing that had been a man, gnawing at the head as a child nibbles at a stick of candy.
Agenda. The ritual begins. Umordoth. 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 The chanting...
I like saying that.
They do, don't they? The chanting builds in intensity, echoing into the cold air of the night. The sparse clouds in the sky coalesce above the Arkham woods, blotting out the faint light of the stars. Each enemy gets +1 fight and +1 evade.
Oh, screw them.
So your new friend gets 3 attack and 3 evade. And my one gets 5 attack and 4 evade.
Why do you want to see artwork of the moment where I tried to pet the very dangerous enemy and nearly lost my hand, Geek World Scar? I don't find that very fair.
That was hilarious.
I should have been fairly a lot better at that roll, actually.
Right.
I was rolling incredibly poorly.
Right, John, we can advance the axe this turn if you find... Well, if you kill your ghoul, then if you find clues... Actually, what's this thing on this? That's...
What's the thing on what?
I'm just looking at the attack and the horror. It's 1 attack and 1 horror. How do you want to play this? Do you want to try and kill him there, or do you want to try and move to another location, take the hit, and see if there's clues on it so you can get clues from it?
I mean, I can take the hit.
Okay.
So, I mean, why not? Let's take the hit and try to get somewhere with clues.
So take your 1 damage and your 1 horror.
I appear to already have 1 horror. Should I have already?
You were traumatized from seeing...
I was traumatized from seeing my house burn down.
Yep. That's that's right, you had it right, yep, that's correct. And 1 damage.
It didn't show up. It was. I think your ping goes up randomly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's at like 300, and now it's at 57.
Yeah, things are happening.
Right, I'm going to move down to here.
And this is... Flip it.
This is...
Arkham Wood. Oh, you'll love this one. Tangled Thicket. This location is investigated using fist. Punching instead of the skill indicated by the investigation attempt.
An old horse trail in colonial days. This overgrown path hasn't been used in over a decade.
So now you're here. Do you want to take care of your ghoul minion friend?
Yeah, I'm going to shoot him with my gun.
Scar says traumatized.
So because there's clues.
Yes.
Because there's clues, I get a +3 to that, so my fight becomes 7.
Chris Vu 715. Hello, thank you for joining the stream. Guys, don't forget to hit the follow button. Don't forget to press all the buttons and links below the page. Especially don't forget to visit gofundme.com/helpmightfightcancer. What we're going to do is, for every donation we receive during the stream, and if you leave a message saying you came from here, we will match it up to £150. That's the total donation.
Any donation until close of trade tomorrow.
Yep, that sounds about right.
I don't really know what the close of trade tomorrow is, but...
Shall we just say midnight tomorrow? Let's just...
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay. Meanwhile,
Not only do we need artwork, but it has to be designed like a nature show expert trying to show others what to do. Traumatized in seeing your house burn down. Is this the beginning of Evil Within 2? Anyway, I drew a -0.
A -0. That's even better.
So -0 minus, let's see, 7.
Yep, he's
is 7 is let's see, is 7 higher than 2?
It's higher than 3. I tell you that much because he's on 3 now.
He is on 3 now because of the doom.
Yep.
Well, that's a higher number still, but it's Ben again. Scar says, so true, but also you charging with the shield up and discovering the corridor on the right full of enemies, and then it was at this moment Ben knew he had fucked up.
So this guy can go to discard because he's dead.
This clue can be mine.
Yep, that's your second action. Your third action. Do you want to investigate?
I'm gonna punch the pathway.
Yes, do that.
So my punching is 4. The shroud here is 2.
Yep, I think you can do that.
-1.
I think 3 is higher than 2.
3 is higher than 2. So I shall take a clue.
Yes.
That is a rhyme.
And
I do them all the time.
We now have our 6 clues.
Let's trade in our clues for...
Very well. I
punched the path, guys.
I got rid of my clues. Do you want to get rid of your clues? And we can advance this again, Gar.
Yes, I shall get rid of my clues. There's all 4 of my clues. And they can go away now.
Yep.
I can't delete things, so you'll have to do it for.
There we go. And the Agengar advances. Flip.
So is there stuff to read on this one?
Scattered throughout the forest, you've seen glyphs and arcane sigils in various places, etched into the bark of trees, carved upon the faces of stones, and dripped in blood upon the ground. Though you cannot decipher these glyphs, you notice that most of them tend to face south. Following these signs leads you by twists and turns towards a cave in the darkest and coldest part of the forest. As you advance, shadowy figures emerge from the trees, blocking the only path to the cave. Okay, so put the set-aside ritual cave into play. So that can come out, that can go there.
Okay, I think I found the ritual site.
Search the collection for each enemy recorded in your campaign log under cultists who got away and spawn those enemies at the main path. There's 1. There's 2.
So do these flip?
They flip, yes, because... Yes.
Herman Collins, the undertaker in the local graveyard, has been digging strange tunnels under the mausoleum. But for what purpose?
My one is Victoria Devereaux, the collector. Oliver Thomas, a proprietor of the Curiosity Shop, has informed you that a new client has taken a keen interest in a mysterious mask. Now, we can either fight these, we can evade them, but they still have their parley abilities, so we could use parley instead. For Victoria, that means if we spend 5 resources, she goes away to the victory display. Herman Collins, choose and discard 4 cards from your hand. Add Herman Collins to the victory display.